Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying Fire Emblem Heroes, and for those who haven't gotten it yet, well, get to downloading. But no, really, I'm here to give you a few tips and tricks for those who are just coming in or are about to start. Alright, so let's talk about the first tip then, shall we? You know those orbs? Yeah, they're used for everything. Refilling stamina, letting you fight in the arena more, all sorts of stuff. Oh, and I think like summoning some sort of champions from other dimensions. Nonsense. Anyways, you know those things? Yeah, you're gonna want to save them, but not for the reason you're probably suspecting. I know a lot of you want to summon more champions, but think about this instead, okay? Under the shop menu, there's something called Upgrade Castle, and while that might not sound all that appealing right from the get-go, it's quite important. Because, well, you see, upgrading your castle means you get more EXP out in battle, which is great. Every time you upgrade it, it costs a bit more, but you get 20% increase permanently, forever. And these upgrades stack up to 5 times, meaning by the end of it, you have a 100% increase in EXP for everything. That means you don't want to overlook this at all. Upgrade your castle when you get the chance to. This way you can speed up leveling up your units for the next step. Okay, so moving on to tip number 2. We all have a favorite character, right? From Fire Emblem? If not, or if you're new to this, well, pick a character that you love, even if they aren't, well, really that high level star value-wise. But before you pack it in and decide to try and roll for Marth or, Camilla, I guess, well, think about instead unlocking the potential of that character, thus raising their star rank. It takes a bit of effort, but if you do it, it will pay off in the end. So to do that, well, you just go to the Allies menu and then there's an advanced management option. From there, you can click Unlock Potential and you start to realize how much work you're gonna have to do. You see, to unlock the potential of a character, they're gonna need to be level 20, which is a lot of effort, but if you do it, it's not too hard. Next, you're going to need one of 2 things. They're optional, and you can choose which one to get. The first one are feathers, and the second one are badges. Now, feathers are a little bit more harder to come by, but they're also much more expensive. I have not been able to get many of those without having to, say, wait a day for my NPCs to show up in my castle and be like, hey, here's a feather. Which means the other option badges are probably more prominent and easier to get. But that's not to say that badges are exactly easy to get. Mostly because they only come from the training tower, and yeah, they kind of change color daily. And the color matters because, well, your character is attributed to a color. You know, the whole triangle thing, blue, green, red, yeah. And transparent, I guess, which is the other thing. That's the bows, the shuriken, ninjas, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, those. And it changes every day, the color of the badge. Basically, it means that every day there will be a different color badge, and you have to be on the lookout for what badge you're after. Doesn't mean you have to stop and not do it. You could always get the badge for later on in case you get a character you want to ascend. But this is where they come from. But there's one more kink to the operation that you might need to be aware of. Badges come in 2 forms. Yeah, there's the normal badge, and then there's the greater badge. And basically, the greater badge is needed for higher star rank. The lower badges are used for the simpler stars, 1, 2, 3. I don't recall if it's used for 4, but I know for damn sure that great badges are used from 4 to 5, as seen in this video here. But yeah, you're gonna be working quite a bit, but wait for the day, get the badges you need, and ascend that character to whatever star rank you need them to be. And there you go. One more thing, just since we're talking about characters in general, let's say you're not happy with what characters you got at the start. Well, there is a way around it, and while I hate to tell you this, it does require a few little tinkerings with it, but hey, if you want to re-roll without having to use money, I mean, why not try, right? Alright, so for this step, you're going to need to know one thing. 1, don't link your Nintendo account to your mobile device until you're happy with the roster you have at the start, okay? Again, do not link. That's all I gotta say, just don't do it. because then it gets saved, and that is something you do not want. You see, until you link your Nintendo account, you're basically saving your data on your phone. And that means that you can remove that data without having to worry about it, and essentially get a redo if you are not happy with the first pulls you get when summoning your heroes. And basically, it goes like this. Step 1, start the game. Install it, make sure everything's good to go, and then, well, just go through the prologue. After you've completed the prologue, well, all you have to do now is talk to the owl, get the bonus orbs you got there, and then maybe if you want to, do a few story modes, get a few more extra orbs, and then start summoning. All in all, doing this probably takes about 3 to 4 minutes if you skip all the dialogue, at which point, well, you can try and summon some heroes. If you don't get anything you like, well, just simply remove the game from your phone, and then reinstall it, and bam, you basically have started over. You get to do the prologue again, 4 minutes done, try again. And while it's not the most amazingly fun thing to do, it does allow you to get some free summons without having to, well, pay money. And, I mean, you never know what you might get from that summon, so, I mean, hey, give it a try. And then after you're done with that, then you can link your Nintendo account and you'll get the characters and you'll get to keep them. Win-win, right? Alright, so I guess I'll just talk about this next tip because it's kind of basic, but some people fail to understand it. Alright, so, if you are playing this game and you are a Fire Emblem veteran, you probably noticed that there's a different stat that pops up when you level up, and it always gets an addition no matter what, and that is the stat SP. Now, those right there, those are called special points or something like that. I just call them special points because I'm probably a little bit special. Just saying. Basically, SP's used to buy abilities for every character, and you get them as you level up, blah-de-blah-de-blah. But we're not here to talk about SP specifically. Instead, we're actually here to talk about what happens when you get duplicate characters and how this kind of ties in with all of that. Alright, so let's just use, say, my last video as an example. In that video, I got Camilla, 5 stars. But I also, same role, got Camilla 4 stars, which, I mean, that's cool and all, but the 4-star is not as strong as the 5-star, so what exactly can I do with her? Well, under the same advanced options that were for unlocking potential, we also have Merge Ally. And Merge Ally is a very tricky thing. You see, merging allies basically means you need to have duplicates of a character. It doesn't matter which star rank they are, as long as they have the same title and the same name. So basically, only duplicates. But merging is not so straightforward, you see. There's 2 types of things that can happen here, and it's not always the best, so... But if you have duplicates like, say, my Camilla, the 5-star, the 4-star, if you take the 4-star and merge it into the 5-star, only one thing happens, and that is essentially, it just gives the 5-star bonus SP based on that 4-star that you fed it. But let's just say that for some reason, the character that you're feeding, the other character, is the same star rank. Like, let's say I took that Camilla, and instead I unlocked her potential, made her 5-star, and merged those. The end result would not just be SP, but it would also mean stat growths. It would enhance the character further than what it was previously, meaning that if you take the time, or you get extremely lucky with summons, you might have something pretty crazy there. But for right now, this is mostly for those who want to min-max it beyond what it is right now. And maybe go run a few lunatic runs, eh? And well, that pretty much just wraps up the basics when it comes to tips, tricks, and how to deal with a lot of this whole Fire Emblem nonsense that we have here. Heroes is a fun game. It's a bit short right now, but if you can get through all 9 chapters and then go through all the hard modes and lunatics, have fun. That's basically all I have to say. And hey, I hope this helped you out. If not, well, yeah, that's pretty much all there is right now. So, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you somewhere in the, mobile universe. I forget what it's called. Oh, yeah, that. Because that's a good name for a kingdom.